What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. How is everyone doing? Man, I got a mattress, another mattress with like a base and like a bunch of stuff. The base is actually pretty cool. It's electronic and has a cool tech side to it, but my back is hurting from moving that thing. I really need to do more weightlifting. But with that said, we have a couple of news stories and a handful of questions. If you want to leave a question so that I answer it in the next video, put the word question as your first word. I will answer it in tomorrow. You'll see your name and lights shining. With that said, let's jump into the tech news. Pixel 6 Pro is right around the corner. It's going to be announced and released in October. You're probably looking at maybe October 4th as the announcement or the release date, probably really the launch date, and then a week or two after that, you'll probably be released in probably like the middle of October. Now, there's been rumors that this phone was going to have faster charging, and it looks like we can lock that in, and it will be faster wired charging than the Galaxy phones right now that are the new ones anyway. So check this out. So you can see Exclusive XDA is reporting that the Pixel 6 Pro regulatory label shows Google is finally upgrading charging speeds, and it goes in line with what we heard before. Pixel 6 Pro will support 33 watt fast charging, and it's awesome, right? Amazing, because why wouldn't you want faster charging? And I know it's not the ultimate fastest charging yet. You can get 120 watt charging on the Xiaomi phones, which basically charges your phone less than 20 minutes from 0 to 100. This will do it, maybe, I don't even know, hour and 15, hour and 10, something like that maybe. But a lot better, maybe a little under an hour, but ultimately faster. That's all we care about. So faster charging, very happy about this. So if you're gonna get the Pixel 6 Pro, probably the Pixel 6 as well, then you're gonna get that faster charging, which is freaking awesome. Next story comes from Ice Universe. S22 Plus and S22 Ultra support 45 watt charging. We've been talking about that. And they use new charging chips and add some new technologies to improve battery life. So let's break down that tweet a little bit. Obviously 45 watt charging, we've heard that before. That's not a big surprise on those two phones. Using new charging chips, that is good, which means maybe these will be real 45 watt charging versus what we got in the past, which was kind of like 45 watt charging. Hopefully this will really improve things across the board for when you're charging the phone from 0 to 100, not just from 0 to whatever. Like, I'm looking forward to that. So I'm stoked about that. And then new technologies to improve battery life. Obviously that would be customization within the software, some throttling when it's not, you know, when we don't need the processor to be at its ultimate best, and then just dumbing down the phone a little bit again when it doesn't need to be at its ultimate best. So getting the phone to be smarter, getting the phone to be more efficient are all good things to improve battery life. And then besides that, get faster charging, so which is a win-win for the consumer at the end of that day. Your question of the day is, how you feeling about that Pixel 6 Pro? Are you thinking about diving into that pool of pixelness and getting that? I'm definitely, usually they send me this stuff, so I'm hoping they'll send me the Pixel 6 Pro. And even if they didn't, I'd probably still buy it, but don't tell Google that. Are you guys gonna buy it? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of the only candy bar phones that I know that's coming out that I'm really looking forward to. All the other phones that I'm really looking forward to are folding phones. With that said, guys, let's jump into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat! First question of the day comes from Dan the Man. Does the Galaxy Watch 4 LTE version make calls and text when you're miles away from your phone, for example, when you're at work? Yes, that's the purpose of having the LTE built into the watch, is that when you're not connected to your phone physically, that you'll still be able to make phone calls and text and listen to music and kind of do not everything, but like do a lot of things that you couldn't unless you were connected to the watch. So having that LTE does that. So yes. Next question comes from Mustafa Ahmed. Says, what is your favorite PC or laptop? Are you Mac or Windows fan? What PC laptop do you use day-to-day life? So right now, currently at this point in my life, because I'm not a PC gamer, I have a Mac Mini where I do basically 99% of my video editing and most of my work. I like working on a desktop because I have a really big screen. It's a ultra wide, I think it's 34 inches. I did a video on it. It's from BenQ. It's a really nice monitor. So I use that as my setup, and then I have the Mac Mini, and then I also have a MacBook Air. Both of those, the Mac Mini and the MacBook Air, are M1 processors. I like them because they run really well, and they're not that expensive, and they're small, and they don't make noise. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get rid of the PC, is that I had this big hunk of PC and it would get loud and you could hear the fans. I'm like, it's just too much. It took up a lot of space. So that's why I kind of dumbed down and got into the Mac life for the computer side. But on the phone side, I'm still a Android guy. I do have an iPhone, but I'm barely ever on that thing. So I know you're not even asking about that, but I'm definitely an Android guy if you're asking. So I'm not all Apple. I know I see it in comments a lot. Like people will be like, talking about tech YouTubers where like they'll talk about, oh, I love this new Samsung phone, but then they use Apple all the time. And you're right. I feel like the upper echelon of tech YouTubers are mostly Apple people. And then people like me, Tech Odyssey, Josh Quinones, people like that are on the Android side, but they'll also play with an iPhone and maybe talk good things about it. But you know, it's both things. So I think ultimately, to go back to that, yeah, I'm on the Apple side for the computing side. It's really just for the video editing for the most part. Steve Schiller says, I traded in my Note 10 Plus for the Z Fold 3 and kept my Note 20U for now. A question, have you heard of the UI crashing at least a couple times a day? My phone will also heat up before crashing. I'm hoping that my hardware isn't defective and the next update will fix the problem. Otherwise that I am enjoying the phone. My phone isn't heating up or crashing, but it did have some issues with battery life for a day or two where I had to like restart the phone. Obviously your phone, if it's crashing, it sounds like it is restarting. So if you're not restarting your phone, I would restart the phone. But beyond that, yes, Tech Odyssey, one of my buddies, he's a tech YouTuber, he's had the same issue as you, I think, where it's the phone basically crashing on him. So it seems like it's a common occurrence with some people, and the next update hopefully will fix those issues. And our last question of the day comes from Digital Death 187. Past years, whenever I would get a new smartphone, I looked forward to DisplayMate, indistinguishable from perfect, best display award. Whatever happened to DisplayMate? They're still out there. I don't really go to their website unless somebody like on one of the tech news websites talks about them in terms of like a phone winning an award. But they should still exist. So you should just be able to search DisplayMate, go to their website and check out what they got going on right there. But I know a lot of people look down upon them and the camera people for their reviews and things. But yeah, you can definitely go to their website. It hasn't gone away. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have questions, put it in the comments down below with the word question, and I will see you down the road. Peace. Set it to Arial because I think it's really, really cool. And if you keep it to Arial and you go down to themes, you can show or hide certain, different things that they'll see during that screensaver. So I have Earth turned off because I don't know, I'm not a big fan of International Space Station, stuff like that. You can have it if you want, and all you do is just select it or unselect it. You'll see it's hidden for me, but I have kept